still here at the Pirates event, which is going strong, and as promised, we have exclusive first footage of Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End coming at you next.
Hi, my name's Tim with Disney Interactive Studios. I'm here to show you some exclusive stuff from Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End is a third-person action-adventure game, and although the title is at World's End, we actually have a bunch of content, all the content actually, from the second film, Dead Man's Chest as well. So you got 2 movies worth of content all in one game. We've really tried to bring you into the feel of particularly Captain Jack's character, and we've done that through the different animations and the little details. So we've done a lot of motion capture and really detailed animation, so even Jack's idol looks just like Captain Jack. So as soon as you see it, you're in the character and you feel it. One thing that we have for Jack Sparrow's character is what we're calling Jackanisms, which is a special move that only Jack can do. The way you do a Jackanism is you find these shrunken voodoo heads in the level. They're kind of hard to find, so once you find one, you want to make sure you use the Jackanism at the right time. And it's sort of an area attack, like Jack will slam his sword down and a puff of sort of magic voodoo will come out and defeat a bunch of enemies that are near you. And then afterwards your sword will glow green, and you have a limited amount of time to do one-hit kills. You don't play just as Captain Jack Sparrow, you also get to play as all the other major characters, so Elizabeth Swann and Will Turner, as well as some of the other sort of side characters like Captain Barbossa, who's a very popular character, Pintel and Rigetti, who everyone loves. You get to play as almost everyone that you want to play. Combat is very cinematic, so we have a bunch of melee combat controls. You've got your basic sword attacks, you've got punches. We've also got a bunch of grapple moves, so you can grab characters, you can punch them while you're grabbing them, you can grab them and throw them into each other and they'll knock each other down. You can grab characters and throw them off of ledges. So we've tried to make the game not just a single button game where you just run around bashing the sword button to slash all the enemies. So what we've implemented is something called the swordsmanship meter. The swordsmanship meter is a meter on screen and your heads up this way. And by doing a variety of attacks, so not just using your sword but also punching characters, grabbing guys, throwing them into each other, using weapons, that meter will fill up. And if that meter fills up far enough, you can do what's called a finishing move, which is a one-hit kill, which is a really sort of rewarding finishing move. So the 6-axis, we found that there was one particular place in the game that really was great. We have a beam balance mechanic in the game where anytime you're walking across something really thin, like a plank or a log or a mast on a ship, you have to maintain your balance. And in the case of the 6-axis, you just literally tilt the controller to maintain your balance. It's pretty cool. 360, we've got a variety of achievements. You know, every game needs to have a good balance of achievements. We know that 360 gamers really want to know everything about the achievements. So we've got a lot of you know, we're going to have some people that have played the game that are just big fans of the movie, so we've got some easier achievements for them to get in and enjoy it, and we've also got some really difficult ones for the hardcore players. Some of them are related to the different finishing moves, so if you use a specific finishing move, you can unlock an achievement. Also, we have a thing where Jack's Jackanism allows you to do the sort of one-hit kill that's collecting souls, which is kind of a theme from the second film. And we have an achievement where if you can collect 100 souls as you play through the game, you'll unlock this achievement. It's actually really difficult to do, so you're going to have to go back and play the levels and find specific areas where there's a lot of enemies around that you can use that particular one-hit kill on to collect that 100. At some points as you're playing through the levels, we have what we're calling multiple pirate control. So that is basically, sometimes there's these big epic battles which you can remember from the films, and in those instances, you can control more than one character. So you actually see a health meter for multiple characters, up to 3, on the screen, and by pressing left or right on the D-pad, you can instantly change to any of the different characters. So you could be fighting as Will in one section of a ship, press a button, and boom, you're Jack, and you're fighting another character. So you can switch back and forth between the characters whenever you want for the multiple pirate control. One of the unique things we're doing in the game with the scoring system is we're calling it your notoriety. And the way you get points in the game is a little bit non-traditional. It's not just by defeating enemies, but by doing things that a pirate would do. So if you just attack an enemy in the regular way, you may not get some notoriety, but if you do something like take a guy and throw him off the edge of a ship or throw him out of a window, you'll get extra points, which we're calling notoriety, which is what you use to track your high score through individual levels and across the whole game. I can't tell you anything about the third film, although if you do, the game actually does come out a few days before the film, so those that really want to know the ending, I suppose, could play through the game and find out what happens. Although we do have a few differences between our ending and the film's ending. So we've also brought over the Wii version of the game, and I want to show you a quick tour of how the controls are set up using the Wii remote. We use the nunchuck attachment for the game, so all your movement is with the nunchuck thumbstick here, and all of your sword attacks are by swinging the Wii remote. So I'm going to go ahead and get into some combat here real quick. You've got a block on the Z button here for the remote, so I'll hold that down to block, and then I'm going to use different motions here to attack. So I've got A horizontal swing like this is a light attack. A vertical swing is a heavy attack. And then I can combine those together with a sort of stabbing motion for a combo. So I'll show you a couple combos here as I move forward. The combo system is a combination of a few different attacks. So you can do, for example, like a light, and then a stabbing motion. You can also do light, heavy, and then a stabbing motion, and a bunch of different combinations of those. As you play through the game, you'll get the ability to do more combos. I've also got a grab move, which is on the nunchuck. So if I swing the nunchuck like that, I can grab a character. Every character you get to play as has a different grab move. It's not necessarily a grab. It might be a sort of different kind of pirate-style move. There we go. We've also got a bunch of different pickup items. So right now, using the D-pad, I can select different pickup items. So chicken represents health. I can pull the trigger to activate that and replenish my health. I've also got throwing knives, grenades, and my flintlock, my gun. So I'll show you a little bit of those here in a second. So we also have a system called the Olay system. So if I'm holding down the Z button on the nunchuck, I can block, but only for a limited amount of time. You see, every time I take a hit, this meter up here goes down. That's your stamina. So I can only block for a certain amount of time. But one of the cool things I can do is while I'm blocking with different directions on the thumbstick, I can do different things. So if the character attacks me and I push off to the side, I can Olay them like a bullfighter. So if they attack me and I press off to one side, I'll do the bullfighting Olay. If I'm pressing back towards them, I'll block and then kick them back. So here's an example of where I need to use this Olay system to defeat an enemy. This cannibal woman won't react to any of my normal attacks, so if I come up and try and do a combo on her, she's just going to block all my attacks. But what I can do is use my Olay here. Again, I'm blocking, and then I'm going to push off to the side when she attacks and Olay her into the pot, and then Jack will throw down a coconut and damage her. I can show you some of the different weapons as well. Here's you just pull the trigger to activate your current item. So I can select with the D-pad, for example, a throwing knife, and then pull the trigger and throw the knife. Or use my flintlock, like you saw there. We have a combo system in the game, so anytime you do a combo, you can also then combine that with another combo right away on another enemy, and then the combined total of that ends up in a score that gives you sort of a ranking, a pirate ranking. So Wastrel being the lowest and Pirate Lord, I believe, being the highest. So as you play through the game, every time you negotiate a combo, you'll get a ranking. Here's sort of a quick time event where I'm actually I have two controllers and I need to respond, or two characters, excuse me, and I need to respond to the button prompts on the screen, which are button presses, but they're also Wii Remote motions. So you have to watch for the indicators and move the remote with the right timing. Okay, so that was a look at the Wii version of the game. Don't forget we also have a DS product which was designed from the ground up to be a DS game. It's got stylus-based dueling and local multiplayer that's single car and multi-car up to 4 players. And all the games are coming out on 7 total platforms on May 22nd.
Thanks for watching this week's show. As usual, make sure and tune in for more up-to-the-minute gaming news. Now, you guys know the drill. Send comments and suggestions to weekly@ign.com, and feel free to hassle our editors on the boards and the blogs. Until next week, bye-bye.